gotten used to a heavy version of Andy Ruiz.
Get them down. Really hurt him. Bad. Good count.
Counts him with the right hand again. He's dangerous, and down goes
Ruiz. You know, he doesn't like the southpaw.
Taller man.
Look, he's probably the same angle right here. Boom, right there, and man, right on. He got. Oh, that was later on in the round when. It is, but the fact of the matter is he got in close. Probably earlier from the round. There's just a lead right hand. He kind of feinted the left side. It's really slow. Watch what happens. Boom, right there.
We've seen them worried quite often. And Ortiz had his moments. Ortiz, 23 pounds lighter, but he's a big man, 6'4", 2. I'm going to ask you this, Lennox Lewis. You know, Andy Ruiz made a big point. Talented, 32 years of age, and you wonder, could he be heavyweight champion?
Main event of the evening. With a record of 33 wins, 2 losses, Ortiz. His record stands at 34 wins, 2 losses. The Destroyer, Andy.
Listen to my commands. Touch him up. Back to your corner, gentlemen.
Get my distance right for that fight because we switch.
See the pace. We'll see how the styles mesh. You can see Ortiz looks like a man 6'4", 245.
Yeah, our hand, the left hand. But there's strategic reasons why I think southpaws realize that most people are told a couple of weeks he was getting tagged, and he finally figured it out. So he's
gotten used to a heavy version of Andy Ruiz.
Chris boxed him, and that was, I think, something that surprised him.
Especially in the first round, he's got to be careful that it doesn't.
Wins, not just fights, wins. Right.
The only thing he had to worry about was the straight left hand that he could slip and bite. You can come back with a counter over the missed left hand.
KO, getting a win over Charles Martin. It's funny, you can see. That's round 1.
But then it gets countered with the left hand.
That round was perfect. That's the way.
Charles Martin, excuse me, and I'll tell you, with some tense moments there.
On purpose, it's by accident. It's the non-meshing of
this heavyweight clash. 2 guys who will box, but will throw. Nice boxing by Luis Ortiz, by the way, as you see him. Oh, out he goes!
Come here. You want to go?
Go. Them down. Really hurt him. Bad. Good count.
Ortiz looks like he's lining them up.
Gentlemen, watch those hands. Gentlemen, listen to the bell.
Right hand by Ruiz, a count of 9. But that's how fast Andy Ruiz is, and now Ortiz is
doing a great job.
Yeah, this is what I was concerned about, his legs.
See, this is why southpaws and right-handers, you see the headbutt, Luis Ortiz's lead foot, and it looked real sloppy.
You know, his legs are gonna.
Ruiz a right hand again.
I think Andy Ruiz.
Missed those shots.
He's left right now.
Slapping right hand over the top.
And if you saw earlier, Ruiz tried to step outside of.
You know, any punch he gets hit with right now in the head.
It's a slow opening round, but not here in round number 2.
And Ortiz has got many knockouts, 28 knockouts.
This is what we thought would happen.
Wow.
Luis Ortiz with his left hand down, throws a lazy jab, then catches.
I don't know if that second knockdown should have been scored as such. Looked like he just put his lead foot. Gets in with the left hand. You know, Lennox, but Ruiz still has those fast hands. Fast hands.
Don't stand in front of Andy Ruiz, and I think that's good advice.
Ortiz has to get that rhythm going because he's got that nice rhythm. He's
Ruiz. First round, all action in the second round. These guys throwing for real.
Jab and Ruiz was able to come with his fast hands.
How Joshua was viewed at that point in time, and Ruiz came. He stayed away, and that was even against a 286.
You know, when you're fighting a guy like that, you can't commit all the way.
Back there, Tua wasn't that type of guy. Tyson wasn't that type of guy. How about conquered Anthony Joshua at Madison Square Garden?
Andy Ruiz is a cobra. He just strikes so quickly.
Yeah. You're right, I know Ortiz has learned that already. But is he Taylor give the instructions to try to avoid a clash of heads?
Look like they're lining up for their favorite punch.
Counter-punching abilities. Right there in the breadbasket. Wow. Lennox.
Yeah, whoa,
can one body shot right in the belly like. All right, okay.
Here we go. Round number 4.
Get over here.
He's already knocked down Luis Ortiz. That's not an easy thing.
You go in, you think you're doing fine, and then bang, and it's you're hurt.
You know, like I said, don't commit all the way. Just throw that jab.
Distance by Ortiz. It's a good point because Ruiz's 2 losses so far uneventful but dangerous. probing.
You know, Ortiz is doing a good job from the outside, but he's got to start letting.
Joe, do you like the way Ruiz has?
Yeah, I think he started out great right now, and
Clearly not the body beautiful. Is a dangerous heavyweight.
yeah,
Andy Ruiz would rather you come to him than him come to you.
Ortiz looks like he's. Joe, it's the first time I've even looked at the punch stats. It's really kind of irrelevant.
but he should definitely do it at arm's length.
Yeah, well, every time he takes it,
The 3 jabs. It's not like he's landing 10, 11, 12.
No.
Anthony Joshua, who again danced the night away in Saudi Arabia, and
Getting out of the way, but not inflicting some damage.
maybe 4 now at best. And that's the 4th round.
Tómale los tiempos ahí, mi juez. Tómale
Start
teniendo este round inteligente como lo hiciste el
And
pasado.
keep being nice and intelligent.
The jab from both fighters. Ortiz, round number 5 here, scheduled for 12. Luis Ortiz snaps out a jab.
I got Ruiz ahead 39-35. I think he's lining Ortiz up for that right hand.
Gotta go one way or the other.
yeah, Ortiz needs to keep that jab going because he's
Really fast hands, but he's got slower feet. But I have to admit, I think Andrew.
Fighter, hey, I know what he looks like. Take this guy seriously.
And he's moving well for a guy his size. I think he's just...
and also he can also mess up Andy Ruiz's face.
Things slow down a bit here in round number 5.
You know, the escaping is easy. He's not going to get tripped on the way.
That's the official scoring on that. Again, I'm not sure if that second one. Threw one there to the breadbasket. Once again, Ortiz looks a little more
I
comfortable.
think he's going to pick it up as the rounds go by, but you know he's got to be careful because
Cobra is poised to strike. And they're back and campaigning. Nice head movement there. And
3 fights, he's allowed a rest, so he got the rest in that round.
we were
Okay,
Lennox
so-
and I were wondering. So that's 27 rounds a day. Round number 6 here. Andy Ruiz in the blue.
yeah, this fight could start really swinging towards Ortiz's a long night for Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, you see the low punch output right there in front of him now. Good right hand there by Ruiz. Danced the night away, but he's 43.
Right.
So he's going to... Some boos now here at this.
Is excellent because that's a good move from Ortiz.
That's a new twist, and doesn't like work his way in and start hitting the body slow.
And against Areola, it was one thing. Against Ortiz, it's very different. Full jab from Luis Ortiz. Body shot.
Ortiz is closing the gap here because he's counterpunched him twice in his last 2.
Had 3 punches connected on him in this whole round.
Got to start being relentless and picking up the pace.
Yeah, he's staying at a good distance away from him.
Slapping to end. Ortiz says, take that.
Both guys need to stay exactly where they are in order to win the fight. What I mean by, but both guys are waiting for their moments and their opportunities.
Eventually, it gets late early. You know, eventually, you do run out of rounds.
To the side, using the jab, and then if I were in,
now. And that's not where Ruiz wants to be.
you know,
Very rare.
Yeah, well, how often do you see Andy Ruiz
Get behind, and then he never has to come to you.
if I were in,
That is a very professional, world-class jab from Luis Ortiz.
and Andy Ruiz has got his hand back, so.
And get booed and not be able to.
Oh!
And he does. Very possibly has taken a few of these last few rounds. Yeah.
Well, right now I have Ruiz ahead 57.
Yeah, I agree 100% with Ruiz is starting to paw with his jab. That's what he's got to do to measure him. Hey, they're the most difficult guys on the planet to fight.
Sweat goes. Some with the right hand again. He's got dangerous is, and down goes. Just when it looks like Andy Ruiz.
By hook or by crook. How often do you see Andy Ruiz back up?
Yeah.
He's keeping his left hand way back towards his face, which is a smart.
I knew Ortiz was going to come out with that left hand. He was lining him up.
And out there, watch. He's going to use his jab. Finally, bam! And then he landed a right hand there, and then boom, right there, inside. Hey.
For the rest of the night after getting hit with that.
Right.
Round number 8. Andy Ruiz with another knockdown. You see how
And his game plan.
I felt his stock was surprising. Ruiz, no knockouts past the 8th round. Well, he took care of Joshua.
And he can like that. He should be doing that and then throw that right in.
Andy Ruiz to a body punch there. He's got to be careful because
Able to snap it off his head a couple of times. Now he's able to find that face.
Hey.
Hard body shot. Right hand, really. So he's been busier. Ruiz not a great output, but
And that good knockdown was using his jab.
they exchange now.
The reason he got clipped by that right hand from Chris Areola is because that's what Lennox was talking about. Right hand to the body. taller guy to touch, put his hands on the other guy. It takes a while.
A fight in spurts so far.
Let's give me this bit bucket here. Take that off.
We've got some Hall of Famers here. There's Sugar Shane Mosley, former.
Yeah.
Didn't want to leave you out. Right hand by Ruiz.
Andy Ruiz comes at him. He starts throwing the 1-2, 1-2.
We're going to take a look at those. Down number 9, and a fight that has lacked sustained fire distance. And go to the judges. Larry Hazard, how do you have it?
Oh, I got Ruiz
in this fight right now, and that he really needs to put a hurt drop. And
Following another 1-2 by Ortiz with us. Hard right hand.
oh, right. That's what the corner asked for Andy Ruiz to get to. When you get close enough, throw that. He got clipped because of it. He didn't mean to.
then he allows Ortiz to take control.
Battle for position there a little bit. You can see them trying to figure each other out.
It's this fight if it goes to a decision.
Point. Seemingly blocked, but he went down as a result. And now here in the 7th round, well, again, Shane was great.
Yeah.
He tore through the lightweight division at the great fights with Luis Ortiz, able to stay in it, utilizing that jab at distance. Joe, what are your thoughts on that? Again, you faced a lighter.
Dangerous. The man packs him.
Lennox, I think you make a legitimate
Fighting and sparring with on a daily basis.
And everybody knows.
Without a doubt.
See the punches landed. It's almost even. Shane could throw a little bit, huh?
Forget about it.
I expected him to get into it and trade a little bit. I don't know if that's going to happen now.
And he's in there with a really clever, tricky, awkward
point. He's a little slower, and it makes a difference, even though this is right. So Deontay Wilder gave him a shot. Joe, you had multiple.
He was working hard. Maybe he ate a little bit more. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Career as Andy Ruiz has not.
Yeah, this is like
Ortiz trying to avoid the explosion.
What are you waiting for? Just hit it with. We're winning these rounds, but we need more.
You want to use that, but I'll tell you, it's a dangerous punch to use.
that's what.
And you can tell Andy Ruiz is marked up under. Oh, good right hand. They're hard intermittently during this fight. It's inevitable with southpaw and right hand.
Big right hand by Ruiz, closing up on Luis Ortiz. Can Andy Ruiz close? Another right hand.
To do it, you can't do it straight in front of him.
Hair trigger. He said, "You're gonna hit me? I'm gonna hurt you back." Good jab by Ruiz. Lackluster rounds, but he's got thumping power, and he's got 3 knockdowns. From lackluster to impressive very quickly. When it drives a 245-pound man back, stops him in his tracks.
That hurt him. That hurt him. That hurt his eye.
I heard that too. They were talking about right eye. That's built into his system. He gets hit, he throws back.
Right eye and left eye have swelling underneath it. These guys have been.
Somehow he was able to eat it. Now a body shot drives.
Ortiz shouldn't be standing right in front of him like that.
Very well.
And Andy Ruiz, the man with the more thudding shots.
Quickly. Bam, right there. Oh, man, right on the eye.
Faster to the target.
Yep.
12th and final round.
Right now.
This is bravery at its finest because he's been.
Good uppercut there by Ortiz.
He slaps that jab in there like he should.
And again, left hand. It's finding.
Man, is he trying? He is.
And to use your adjective, Joe, intermittent.
Going after.
But you got to get after it, don't you?
You do.
He does. This is where the uppercut needs to go.
Didn't leave anything. Or he left it.
Oh, yeah.
He stays at distance. He can box, keeps his hands up.
Dab him up against the ropes and throw that left hand.
Right hand by Ruiz. Clean, don't clinch much. Ortiz tries with that. Won some of these rounds. He will need a knockout.
This could be his undo. Gotta love the heart of this man, Luis Ortiz.
Wow, that's a good left hand.
Knocked down, hurt, and he's still going after trying to win.
Blackout here in LA at 100 degrees. Ortiz.
And he's got 1:20 to do it.
Yeah,
good left hand tonight. Both fighters with a lot of heart.
Yeah, good fight.
And a lot of.
I think he'd look better against just about everybody.
To knock the guy down, he did 3 times.
Tell you the truth, I would have loved to see it.
I think Andy Ruiz took up a lot of time.
We've seen them worried quite often. And Ortiz had his moments.
Andy Ruiz takes a great punch.
We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. 114 to 111. Andy Ruiz.
Tell you the truth, I worked so hard for this fight because I know he's a warrior. I'm ready, man. I'm hungry. I want to be champion again and bring that belt back. He can make this fight happen, and let's do it. Let's get it on.
A great fight, so that right there deserves all the respect.